Hello, good evening, and welcome back. And you might think this is similar to my last video, but the reason for that is because my last video has been taken down. Dun dun dun. Yes, Senpai noticed me. YouTube has finally noticed me in a more overt way. I don't think I'm big enough for YouTube to actually care about deranking my channel. But nonetheless, they have taken down my last video where I mentioned this. They haven't mentioned why, because they never do. But nonetheless, I'm going to presume it is because I used video of a gunman firing a weapon which was used by Metro. So in this video I won't, but I think it's important to get the message out. So, Germany shooting, gunman killed 2 after attacking the synagogue. And this is from Halle. And in case you're wondering, yes, we will get back to our regular schedule soon. I've got a video coming up about Exeter University, where they're forcing their students to attend a play put on about consent, because I have a friend over there, so they can give me some more information, and that'll be coming out soon, hopefully by the end of the week. So, a gunman has killed 2 people in eastern Germany after attempting to enter a synagogue where dozens were observing a Jewish holiday. Hopefully this will have more information from the last one. I say that, I'm not holding my breath because I've read this article, as always, and it doesn't. So yesterday was Yom Kippur, from Tuesday evening to Wednesday evening, the holiest day, the Sabbath of the Sabbath, if you will, as Leviticus says, for the Jews. And therefore, if it was an attack on Jewish people in particular, then this would be particularly harmful. But in the Halle district, as we had the kebab shop, which is where they threw a grenade-type object that didn't explode, so might as well be a brick as far as I'm concerned. But as they threw something like that nearby, did some shootings, threw a grenade into the synagogue cemetery, supposedly. If it's a grenade, then who knows if they're related. And then 15 miles away there was another shooting a bit later, and we don't know if that's related either. Then apparently there was a gunman, then apparently there were 2 gunmen, then apparently there were 3 gunmen, and we don't know who's related to who. But we have a bit more information now from the suspect arrested, as they've arrested 1 person, and they are a 27-year-old German who acted alone, according to local media. So as we were saying before, so I'm sorry I can't get back to your comments because, you know, that the video's been taken down. I've appealed it, we'll see what happens. That we have a gunman, and they said, well, they could have far-right extremism, which is what they're saying here. As, according to the federal prosecutor, there are sufficient indications for a possible right-wing extremist motive. German Interior Minister Horst Seehofer said, yes, but you seem to be eternally distressed about your anti-Semitic history from the Second World War, and I still don't understand how it's far-right. The National Socialists, funny enough, were not far-right at all. That's why they wanted a gun registry, they wanted increased nationalised care for the elderly, they wanted nationalised schooling, so that was all state schooling, they wanted a gun registry, progressive tax. All of this was very socialist, and I don't see how that's right-wing at all. Surely we can agree that socialism is left-wing because that means bigger government, so right-wing is smaller, and we don't care about who you are. We're going to treat everybody equally. We're not playing identity politics, and yet apparently white supremacist means far right. I think that's what it means. Far right just means far white, which I know for me sounds the same, but hey, you're going to have to forgive me for my speech impediment. That comes from too much trumpet playing. That's what I'm clinging to anyway. So, they say the suspect broadcast the attack on a popular live streaming platform, Twitch, before being arrested. The video, which is now been removed, showed him making anti-Semitic comments to camera before driving to a synagogue in Halle and shooting its door. Apparently he was also making misogynistic ones, so he's a real spicy lad. This video is going to be taken down as well, isn't it? Videos from the scene appear to show the suspect wearing military-type clothing and used with several weapons in the attack. I can't play the video. Sorry. German Chancellor Angela Merkel attended a memorial vigil for the victims at Berlin's main synagogue. And as they said before, that seeing as East Germany, and Halle is in East Germany, that they had the Stasi there more recently than the Nazis, and it was a big surveillance police state, that they are against CCTV, like unlike us in the UK. That seeing as about 10 years ago we had one CCTV camera, closed circuit television camera, for every 14 people, and of course that's only increased since then. We've probably got 1 for every 6 now. if not less than that. You can see how that's increased in the UK, and so they say, well, if they had more CCTV in Germany, then we would know who it was, and they wouldn't do what they did. But seeing as we have a load of eyewitnesses and they don't know who did it, my thought is, well, that really doesn't bloody help, does it? It's like, oh yes, but we can see what they're wearing. Yes, because people never change clothes, do they? Oh wait. But what it does do is of course infringe on everybody's rights to privacy for not doing anything wrong. So it does create a bigger police state, and then seems to presume that everybody is guilty of something instead of the presumption of innocence, which is what a free democracy and liberty is based upon. The pursuit of life, liberty and happiness as the American state, and that's why their country is so great. Well, except for so much lobbying and big government, but that's an issue for another video. So they say the attempted attack on the synagogue was captured on a surveillance camera. Yep, and they have it here. He fired 4 shots. It seemed to be a single barrel shotgun, so same as legal in the UK. Yep, legal, although you're not allowed to use it for self-defense in the UK. So they're saying that the man looks as though he was from the special forces, but the synagogue doors held, yada yada, people evacuated, okie coke. And then the man came up to the kebab doner shop. He threw something like a grenade. It didn't explode, and he opened fire with an assault rifle. I hid in the toilet, the witness said. They don't know what gun he used, because people who don't use guns or aren't in the know of guns don't know guns at all. They just hear words like assault rifle banded around and go, yeah, it's one of those. I have no idea. I'm not going to say that's reliable at all, because it isn't. 2 people with gun wounds have had surgery at the city's university hospital, a spokesman told AFP news agency. Well, if the bullets are still there, you might be able to tell what they were using then. You can tell the caliber at least, and that would give you an idea of the weapon used as well. And you could even use the rifling if you want a better idea. You might be able to narrow down the gun as well, unless of course it's a shotgun, in which case there wouldn't be any barreling, or rifling rather. And that's what some people use, so it can't be traced back to them. But nonetheless, if you want to go one step further, then use ice bullets. Not water ice, but dry ice, carbon dioxide. Because when you compress it, it doesn't melt. It increases the freezing point. So it's going to melt under a higher temperature, or it's going to stay frozen for longer, essentially. So you could use those, and then they'll just evaporate in the person, making their blood a little bit fizzy. And of course then it can't be traced back. They'll just find a bullet wound, or they might think of it as a stab wound with no bullet there, but maybe some fizzy blood. Let's not get started on what vampires like to drink. So, stream platform from Twitch, yep, cool. They said that they tried to remove everything, and the attack came as Jews observed Yom Kippur, Judaism's holiest day, as I mentioned. They had a minute silence earlier held for the victims in the European Parliament in Brussels, as if they fucking care. Don't pretend your crocodile tears are real. EU's President Jean-Claude Juncker has also condemned the attack. I'm shocked by the brutal attacks in Halle on this day, Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the year in Judaism, he posted on Twitter. My thoughts and prayers with the families and friends of the victims. Yes, but as I mentioned before, in a previous video, seeing as the conflict theory is more realistic than contact theory, when you have mixings of different ethnicities, then you have people who are more angry with each other instead of happy with each other, because you don't have assimilation, but you just have different communities set up, and it's more of a conquest than it is migration, more an invasion than migration, if you will. And that's why if you say that Britain is, it's a country of migrants, it's like no, it's a country of conquering marauders. The Romans and the Vikings. They didn't come here to assimilate, to migrate, they came here to conquer. And if you're going to liken other immigrants to that, then that's on you. They even shut down the railway station as well. And here you have the map showing where it is, showing it's in East Germany as well. And that's how they finish it. So Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu described the shooting as a terror attack and warned anti-Semitism was on the rise in Europe. I urge German authorities to continue to act resolutely against the phenomenon of anti-Semitism, Mr. Netanyahu tweeted. Yes, and if you want a religion that hates Jews the most, you can finish that for yourself. Strike them at the neck where you find them, if you will. But anyway, that's it for now. That's a bit of an update. We say it's a 27-year-old German. We don't know what descent he has, but it could well be far-right, whatever that means. What far-right means is a socialist who wants it just for white people. as far as I'm concerned. So they're left wing, but they like white people the most. I don't understand how that suddenly makes them far right. They just go, yes, we're going to go really far left, really far left, really far left. You're like white people? No, then you're far right. It's like, hang on, what? Just that sudden switch. So then black supremacist, where are they? Asian supremacist, Hispanic supremacist, American supremacist. Or we just go with colour. So white, black, yellow, tanned, brown. Where do you draw the line? Like, are Greeks, are they white? Okay, never mind. I'm going to end this here because this video's gone on for too long already. So thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. Share the videos around because, hey, YouTube's taking note now and we're under attack. So I'm going to set up a BitChute account real soon. It's already too late for that, but I will do it. So thanks so much and have a good evening.